We are talking about Tesla, the iconic electric car company. Remember, we told you yesterday that its founder Elon Musk had raised concerns about sourcing norms in India, basically saying that 2017-2018 launch in India looks unlikely because of the 30% sourcing requirement, something that led to a lot of disappointment among Tesla fans. But barely a day later, the Indian government has now swung into action, clarifying that no such sourcing norm really exists as far as the manufacturing space is concerned, that these sourcing norms only exist for the retail space. In fact, Commerce Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has clarified this as well to us, and the Make in India handle, which is the official Twitter handle from the Commerce Ministry, has also put out a detailed clarification addressed to Elon Musk, basically through 4 points where they've said not correct. The FDI policy of India does not mandate any such minimum sourcing of components by manufacturers. After manufacturing in India, a foreign investor is permitted to sell in any manner, wholesale, retail, including e-commerce. FDI policy also permits wholesale of imported products in India without sourcing conditions, and it's only for the retail trading of goods that these conditions exist. So those are some of the clarifications coming in as far as the Commerce Ministry is concerned. Clearly the government doing all it takes to woo Tesla, but it's really up to Elon Musk and Tesla to take that step forward and invest in India. Moving away from that to another important story that's really held Twitter enthralled for the last 2 weeks. This is a fight that played out between the Aadhaar lobby and the anti-Aadhaar lobby. It really became very vicious to a point where there were handles pro-Aadhaar, anti-Aadhaar, really having a go at each other. And in the latest move that's happened here, product think tank founder, iSpirt's founder Sharad Sharma has come out and apologized for condoning tweets that attacked critics of Aadhaar. Remember, Sharad Sharma was under fire in the last week after Hashgeek founder Kiran Janalagada outed him as the troll operating the Confident India account. The Confident India was a pro-Aadhaar account that really went after activists that raised concerns on Aadhaar. The likes of Kiran Janalagada as well as Media Nama's Nikhil Pava. While Sharad Sharma last week denied that he was behind the handle, he has come out with a clarification today saying, basically apologizing for the same. He's also said that iSpirt's will now take action on the other concerns raised by Kiran Janalagada, which is basically that iSpirt's has a formal policy for trolling, for really taking on anybody who criticizes Aadhaar. So that's an important clarification as far as the Aadhaar, anti-Aadhaar debate is concerned. We wish it didn't get so intense, really so unpleasant, but we really have to wait and see how this plays out going forward. Away from that, okay, I believe we have Nirmala Sitharaman's tic-tac in as far as Tesla is concerned.
Some have given on 2 and 3 and so on. And mode 4 is anyway a chapter separately on which discussions will have to happen. We hope negotiations can proceed. We know very clearly, we understand that globally, as regards mode 4, there is a lot of tightening happening. We are conscious of that. But we'll certainly expect RCEP negotiations to carry on equally for goods, services and investment.
Today in USA there was a bill moved asking to scrap the H1B lottery system, saying that we cannot depend on a dice system in order to select the people who could come in. So what would be your reaction to that, ma'am?
Well, these are things on which a lot of discussion is happening among us, more than the government, NASSCOM and its members have been discussing in detail. We are engaging with the US government to understand what is it going to imply. My understanding even today is that they are being selective about the kind of people who can get H1B visa for those high-end skills for which there is a skill shortage in the US. So I feel the total numbers may not change, but the kind of people who get the visa will definitely change.
Ma'am, on the Tesla issue, there was a lot of confusion, but do you think it was unwarranted because it is already clear that 30% local sourcing norm is only an issue if you're retail trading of goods? So what would your reaction be on it?
Probably there was a misunderstanding, and that's what was understandable from the tweet of Mr. Musk, for which I'm glad that the DIPP has already given a detailed reply.
And ma'am, last question would be on GST. There were certain tweaks that you had talked about in the export scheme which would help exporters, especially we were worried about their capital being locked for a long period of time. It was supposed to come up in the upcoming GST Council, but it didn't. Has there been any headway on that?
It was supposed to come is not something which I conveyed earlier. We meant that after the review, we wanted the council to consider it and also represent it both to the Revenue Secretary and also to the Finance Minister. All of them have heard the issue. The council may, probably it's meeting again, interim also there could be some discussion.
Very important clarification coming in there from Nirmala Sitharaman. Clearly she says that perhaps there is some confusion here because the sourcing norms do not apply to auto manufacturing. It only applies to retail. We certainly hope Tesla and importantly Elon Musk has taken note of that.